Welcome students to the channel Genius Math and Physics. Today we will discuss about an important chapter on physics for first year students, kinematics. 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 Kine is the word which is related with the motion. Matics is the word which is related to the measurement. The measurement of the motion is studied in this chapter. But actually, this is the chapter which belongs to the branch of mechanics. What is mechanics? Mechanics is nothing but the study of rest and motion, or you can say the state of the body. Mechanics is divided into three branches: 1, 2, and 3. Three branches, or we can like this, or we can write like this. Okay. Mechanics is having three branches, 2 and 3 branches. What are they? One is Newtonian mechanics. Newtonian mechanics. Another one is relativistic mechanics. Relativistic mechanics. And the third part is quantum mechanics. Eleventh class students only read Newtonian mechanics. What is that Newtonian mechanics? What is the relativistic mechanics? And what is quantum mechanics? Newtonian mechanics is the branch which only deals with Newtonian mechanics, only deals with the bodies which have small mass, whose mass is not so large, as well as the bodies whose velocity or whose speed cannot be compared with the velocity of light, or it is quite neglected. It is quite, almost all, it is completely neglected with respect to the velocity of the light. अगर कोई भी बॉडी का स्पीड लाइट की वेलोसिटी से सबसे कम होता है, अगर कंपेयर किया जाए तो इसका वेलोसिटी पूरे के पूरे छोटा होता है, लाइट वेलोसिटी के साथ कंपेयर किया नहीं जा सकता। इससे बड़ी को हम ऐसे बड़ी किसी अंडर में आते हैं, न्यूटनियन मैकेनिक्स के अंदर आ जाते हैं। द बॉडीज, द वेलोसिटी इज क्वाइट नेग्लेक्टेड देन द वेलोसिटी ऑफ लाइट. हियर v is the, we can say, the velocity or speed of the body, velocity of the body, and where c is the velocity of light. We know the velocity of light is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second, about 3 lakhs kilometer per second. 3 lakhs kilometer per second. 3 lakhs kilometer per second. Nobody can move with the velocity of light except light. Light की स्पीड में कौन सा भी बॉडी मूव नहीं कर सकता है. सो हमारा ये जो ब्रांच न्यूटनियन मैकेनिक्स ये कहता है कि वेलोसिटी ऑफ लाइट शुड बी, I mean that the velocity of the body should not be compared with the velocity of light. Right? I think it is clear to everybody. Now we'll go to the relativistic mechanics. What about relativistic mechanics? Yes, relativistic mechanics was suggested by Einstein. Here we can compare the velocity of the body with the velocity of light. मान लो कि कौन सा बॉडी एक मूव कर रहा है 0.8 सी स्पीड से, अगर कोई बॉडी 0.6 सी स्पीड से, अगर कोई बॉडी कंपेयर कर सकता है 0.25 मूव कर सकता है इतना स्पीड में 0.25 सी. अगर velocity of the body is compared with the velocity of light, then the bodies which lie under this category is the relativistic mechanics. Then it is quantum mechanics proposed by Max Planck Here what happens? The body's huge quantity, I mean that the very small entities, the speed of very small entities like electrons, protons, neutrons, and the other particles, alpha particles, beta particles, all these things will lie under the quantum mechanics. Thus, there are three categories of mechanics, which is just only the history or just introduction. It is not required. Only the Newtonian mechanics is required in your class 11th. Okay? Now we will discuss about the kinematics and dynamics. The Newtonian mechanics has two parts. One is kinematics and dynamics, but another part is there which is statics. It is not required. Only kinematics and dynamics. What is then kinematics? It is the study of rest and motion. It is the study of rest and motion. Kinematics. It is the branch of study of rest and motion. Then, what is the rest? What is rest? A body is said to be at rest if it does not change its position with respect to surrounding. What is rest? Rest is the state of the body in which a body does not change its position. A body does not change its position with respect to surrounding. Its position with respect to surrounding. सराउंडिंग के हिसाब से अगर बॉडी कुछ भी पोजीशन चेंज नहीं कर रहा है तब हम बॉडी को रेस्ट में रहने वाले बॉडी कहते हैं. ए बॉडी डज नॉट चेंज इट्स पोजीशन विद रिस्पेक्ट टू सराउंडिंग, देन इट इज एट रेस्ट. It is at rest. Suppose we are saying that we are taking the position, on y-axis and time along x-axis. Suppose when the time is at t1, the position of the body is supposed to be x1 here. Time changes, but the position time changes. Time axis will increase like this. It is t1, thereafter the time axis will increase to t2, but the position will remain same as usual. If I say t3, then also the position is same. Then in this case, we can say that the body is at rest and the graph is a straight line which is parallel to the time axis. The position time graph will be position time graph is parallel to the time axis. You see, although the time is going to be changed, but the position of the body is remaining constant. Therefore, we can say the position time graph for the body at rest is parallel to the time axis. At time t1, and when the time is at 5 seconds, let the body is here. When the time is 10 seconds, the body will be here only. If the position of if the time is changed to 15 seconds, also the body will be here. So that means the body is, if we join these points, then it will be a straight line and it is parallel to the time axis. Therefore, we can say the body is at rest. Then, what is with respect to surrounding? What is the meaning of with respect to surrounding? That means, if we compare the surrounding, if the body is not going to change its position, suppose I am here, I mean, we can take another example, you see. Suppose two passengers, or you are moving with your friend in a bus. Suppose you are moving with your friend in a bus. Then you see that the bus is moving, but you both are at rest. If I compare if I compare your friend with you, then we can say that no, I am at rest, my friend is also at rest. But with respect to the bus, we can say that the bus is moving, that's why we are also changing the position according to the bus. So there is a word which is with respect to surrounding. Next is motion. What is motion? The same definition, that the body will not change, does not change its position, only the body changes its position. Little bit modification, a body changes its position. Changes its position with respect to surrounding. सराउंडिंग के हिसाब से अगर बॉडी पोजीशन चेंज करता होगा तब हम कहते हैं बॉडी इज इन मोशन. In the same example, if I say that the bus is moving, so all the passengers inside the bus are also moving with respect to the bus. If I take the bus as a reference body, that if I take the bus as a reference body, then with respect to the bus, all the passengers are moving which are inside it. If the bus is moving, that means a body changes its position with respect to surrounding, then we can say the body is in motion. For a motion, I mean that the body, if time changes, then also position changes. Let us take this is the position of the body. If time changes, let the position of the body is here. If the time changes, then position of the body is here. Then we can say a graph is obtained which is like this. If there is at a time when 0, the position was 0. And when the time changed, let us take this time is going to be changed to 1 second, then the position of the body is here, 2 seconds, if it is 3 seconds, then like this. You are getting a graph like this. Here the graph suggests that the body is in motion. Body is in motion. We will discuss what type of motions are there and how are this. We will discuss one by one. But this is the first definition of the body of the rest, that the body will not change its position, and in the motion we can say the body is changing its position with respect to surrounding. Okay. If there is rest and motion, then we will dictate that what type of motions are there. How many types of motions are there? Types of motion. Rest is no types. We know that the body is not moving at all, then the body is at rest. Right? If it is motion, then the motion of the body may be of 3 types. What are they? Motion of the body is of 3 types. What are they? One-dimensional motion. One-dimensional motion. Bit 2, that means motion along a straight line path. Motion along a straight line path. It may be along x-axis, it may be along y-axis, it may be along z-axis. It may be along x-axis, or it may be along y-axis, or it may be along z-axis. If the motion is along a particular axis, then we can say that the motion is one-dimensional motion. Next comes two-dimensional motion. Next is two-dimensional motion. What can be said about two-dimensional motion? That means the motion of the body is along x-axis or y-axis. X-axis and y-axis, or y-axis and z-axis. 2 axes are required. That means two-dimensional coordinate system can explain the motion of the body. Let us take the motion of the body along a circle. If I say the motion of the body is along a circle, some of the body is moving along the circle. Okay, that means at each and every point you see, if I draw x-axis and y-axis, then you can see that when the body is at this position, we require a coordinates x-axis, x1, y1. That means the motion of the body is described in this direction, also in this direction. Horizontal direction as well as in vertical direction. That is along x-axis and along y-axis. When this body is at this position, yes, again horizontal position. It has moved in this direction also, it has moved in this direction, and also it has moved in this direction. That's why there are 2 different axes are required. So we can take the coordinates as x2, y2. In the similar manner, you can see that at each and every point of the motion of the body, it requires two different coordinates, x coordinate as well as y coordinate, to describe its position. So that type of motion is said to be two-dimensional motion. Best example is the motion of the body along a circle. Motion along a circle or circular motion, along a circle or circular motion. Next, another type of motion is there, which is waiting for you, is three-dimensional motion. We can say three-dimensional motion is the last type of motion. That means we know that there are x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. When the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis is taken, then we can say it is a space. So motion along a space is the three-dimensional motion. We can take three-dimensional motion is three-dimensional motion three coordinates are required to describe its position. Three coordinates are required to describe the motion of the body. Or you can say the motion along a space. Motion in space. Motion in the space, it is the best example is flying. The flying of a body can be taken to be a three-dimensional motion. This is all about the types of motions. One is one-dimensional motion, second one two-dimensional motion, and one is three-dimensional motion. We will focus on the one-dimensional motion first. We will focus first on one-dimensional motion. What is the one-dimensional motion? Yes, one-dimensional motion is the motion of the body along a straight line path. It may be along x-axis, or it may be along y-axis, or it may be along z-axis. Suppose I say the body is moving along x-axis. That means if the body is moving along x-axis, then y coordinate and z coordinate, if I say this is actually a three-dimensional figure. If I say the body is moving along x-axis, this can be taken as x-axis. If the body is moving along x-axis, then you must remember that if the body is moving along x-axis, then its coordinate, let us take, it has moved a unit of 3x. Suppose a body has moved a distance of 3 units along x-axis, then the position of the point can be 3, 0, 0. That means the body has not moved along y-axis or along z-axis. Since only one coordinate is sufficient to describe the position of the body, so the motion of the body in the x-axis is taken to be one-dimensional motion. Similarly, along y-axis also we can say, if this is y-axis, let us take 0, 4, 0. So there is no motion along x-coordinate, along x-axis as well as along z-axis. If I say this is z-axis, if I say 0, 0, 5, that means only single coordinate is enough to describe the position of the motion of the body, position of the body in the motion. So this type of motion is said to be a one-dimensional motion. One-dimensional means only single axis is enough to describe the position of the body or to describe the motion of the body. Then two-dimensional, it is one-dimensional motion, right? Next, distance. What is distance? Yes, it is nothing but real path or actual path covered by the body. Covered by the body. Let us take a jeep is moving 40 kilometer. Let a jeep is moving 40 kilometer in the first journey, and the second journey it has covered 50 kilometer like this. You see, in this case, if I say the third part is 60 kilometer, and at last it covers 80 kilometers in this way. Then what is the real path covered by this jeep? Answer is 40 plus 50 plus 60 plus 80. It is the real path covered by the body. That means real path covered by the body, or you can say real path covered by the jeep here. 40 plus 50, 90 plus 60, 150 plus 80, it is 230 kilometers. The jeep has covered 230 kilometers. So this is the real path covered by the body. Real path has no direction, directionless. So it is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity. Right? Next is, it has unit as a meter or centimeter, meter in SI system and centimeter in CGS system. Sometimes the bigger units can be used like kilometer. Yes, but meter should be there in SI system and in centimeter in CGS system. Next is, if I say a body is moving in a circular path, body is moving in a circular path, what is the distance covered by the body? Yes, if we know the radius of the body, if we know the radius of the circle, then we can say it's moving a actual path of 2 pi r unit. Right? In the semicircular path, it covers a distance of pi r unit. Right? Half of the circumference. Yes, semicircular, na? I have taken the circular path. In semicircular path, what is the distance covered by this body? If it is moving from A to B, then we can say the real path covered by the body is equal to pi r unit. Right? So distance is nothing but the real path or actual path covered by the body, and it is a scalar quantity, so it can be added algebraically. Only you add the magnitudes, then you will get another magnitude. We know the magnitude value, so it is a scalar quantity, and this is all about your distance. Next, we say displacement. What is displacement? What is displacement? Displacement is the shortest path between initial and final position of the body. What is that? The shortest path between the initial and final position of the body. Suppose there are 5 paths to reach from A to B. There are 5 paths to reach from A to B. मान लो कि A से B को जाने के लिए 5 paths हैं. Path 1, path 2, path 3, path 4, let's say path 5, via C, via D, via E, via F. One can reach through path D, path C, and path 3, and path 4, and also path 5. My question is, which is the shortest path? Yes, answer is AB. What is the initial and final position of the body? Yes, initial position is A, final position is B. So the shortest path in between A and B is path 3. If this one is 5 kilometer, and this should be 7 kilometer, this should be 9 kilometer, this should be 11 kilometer, or somewhat this is about your 13 kilometer. Then which one is shortest? Yes, we can say the 5 kilometer. Here the 5 kilometer is called your displacement of the body. 5 kilometer is the displacement of the body. My question is, what type of quantity is the displacement? Yes, displacement, the shortest path is AB. That means the shortest path between initial and final position have a particular direction. Right? So due to the position of direction, it can be taken to be a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. Displacement is a vector quantity. That means displacement, magnitude of displacement, if I say the magnitude of displacement will be always less than or sometimes equals to the distance, magnitude of distance. सो डिस्प्लेसमेंट का मैग्नीट्यूड कभी कभी इक्वल भी हो सकता है और कभी ज्यादा से ज्यादा केस में कम ही हो जाता है. कैसे? इफ द बॉडी इज मूविंग ए टू बी, नो अदर शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ इज देयर, ओनली सिंगल रूट इज देयर, then we can say that the body is having displacement the same as that of the distance, because there is no shortest path available here. Displacement sometimes may equal to or less than the distance. Next is, can I say the displacement of the body in the circular path is 0? Why? Because in order to complete a circle, body have to move from A to A also. The initial and final position both coincides. Initial and final position both coincides, therefore displacement of the body is equal to 0. Because the initial and final position of the body A, so there is no shortest path is available, only the shortest path is A to A, that is 0. Displacement equal to 0. Suppose I say a body is moving from A to B 5 kilometer and then it returned from B to C 3 kilometer. Then what is our displacement of the body? Here what is displacement of the body? I said the displacement is nothing but the initial to final position of the body. Initial position is A and final position is C. So I can say the initial to final position means this one only. This one is the displacement of the body. What can be said about this displacement? 5 minus it is 2 kilometer only. Right? So displacement of the body is a vector quantity. That's why the addition of that means all the rules of vectors will be applicable for the displacement. Same unit is meter or centimeter. In meter is in SI system, cm in CJ system. मान लो कि body is moving in a semicircular path. Body is moving in a semicircular path. What can be said about its displacement? What will be its displacement? Yes, answer is the body is moving from point A to point B in a semicircular path. That's why the initial to final distance, initial to final path is nothing but the diameter. We know the diameter of this circle is 2r. So in this case, yes, in this case the displacement is 2r. In this case the displacement is 0. Whereas the displacement in the circular path is 2 pi r, in the semicircular path it is 2r. In next video, we will dictate about some numericals which are related to distance and displacement. Before going to that second video, please confirm and all the concepts related to the displacement and distance in this video. Thank you for watching.